Hello everybody, welcome to my channel.
Liv Tyler is an American actress, model, and producer, celebrated for her ethereal beauty, calm screen presence, and ability to bring emotional depth to both fantasy and drama roles. Born on July 1, 1977, in New York City, she is the daughter of Aerosmith's lead singer Steven Tyler and model singer Bebe Buell. Though she was raised for much of her early childhood believing that musician Todd Rundgren was her father. At age 11, she discovered the truth about her parentage, which became a turning point in her young life and shaped her understanding of identity and fame. Liv Tyler began her career as a model in her early teens before transitioning to acting, where her natural screen charisma quickly drew attention. Her film debut came in Silent Fall, 1994, but it was Empire Records, 1995, that made her a beloved figure among young audiences of the 1990s. That same decade saw her deliver a series of memorable performances that combined innocence, mystery, and intelligence, including roles in Stealing Beauty, 1996, directed by Bernardo Bertolucci, and That Thing You Do, 1996, directed by Tom Hanks. Her career reached global prominence with Peter Jackson's The Lord of the Rings trilogy, 2001 to 2003, where she portrayed Arwen Undomiel, the immortal elf maiden whose love for Aragorn became one of the saga's emotional cores. Tyler's serene grace and expressive eyes brought a timeless quality to Arwen, earning her admiration from fans worldwide and cementing her place in pop culture history. Beyond Middle-earth, Liv Tyler has showcased her range in a diverse array of films. The romantic drama Onegin, 1999, opposite Ralph Fiennes, the blockbuster Armageddon, 1998, alongside Bruce Willis and Ben Affleck, and the independent hit Jersey Girl, 2004. She also appeared in The Strangers, 2008, a chilling psychological horror film that demonstrated her ability to anchor darker, more suspenseful stories, and in The Incredible Hulk, 2008, as Betty Ross opposite Edward Norton. In addition to her film work, Tyler has made a successful transition to television, with notable roles in HBO's The Leftovers, 2014 to 2017, a haunting, philosophical series in which she portrayed the enigmatic Meg Abbott, and in the British drama Harlots, 2018-2019. She also appeared in the Fox series 911, Lone Star, 2020, showing her continued appeal and versatility as an actress. Off-screen, Liv Tyler is known for her graceful public image and philanthropic spirit. She has been a longtime advocate for UNICEF and supports numerous causes related to children's welfare and environmental protection. She is also involved in fashion, having served as a global ambassador for Givenchy and worked with several luxury brands that admire her timeless, understated style. Liv Tyler's personal life has often been as fascinating as her screen work. She has 3 children and has spoken candidly about the challenges of balancing motherhood with her artistic ambitions. Despite her famous lineage, Tyler has carved out a unique identity, one marked by warmth, introspection, and authenticity. She continues to choose roles that explore the human condition, favoring emotion and substance over spectacle. Today, Liv Tyler remains one of Hollywood's most quietly enduring figures, a performer who has gracefully evolved from teenage icon to mature artist, maintaining a sense of mystery and sincerity that has made her both relatable and otherworldly. Liv Tyler's early life was a unique blend of bohemian artistry and emotional discovery. Raised in Portland, Maine, she spent much of her childhood surrounded by music, fashion, and the free-spirited energy of the 1970s rock scene. Her mother, Bebe Buell, was a successful model and musician who had relationships with several famous rock artists, including Todd Rundgren, who acted as Liv's father figure during her early years. It wasn't until Liv was about 11 years old that she realized her real father was Steven Tyler. After noticing their striking resemblance and learning the truth from her mother, this revelation brought her into the world of Aerosmith and forged a lasting bond with her father and his family. Liv later moved to New York City, where she attended the Crossroads School for Arts and Sciences in Los Angeles and later the York Preparatory School in Manhattan. Her exposure to both coasts and to creative environments nurtured her appreciation for art and storytelling. By age 14, she had begun modeling, appearing in major magazines like 17 and Interview. However, she quickly grew disenchanted with modeling, feeling it lacked emotional depth. Acting, which allowed her to explore psychology and empathy, became her true calling. Her first significant film role came in Stealing Beauty, 1996, directed by the legendary Bernardo Bertolucci. Playing Lucy Harmon, a young American woman on a journey of self-discovery in Italy, Tyler's natural presence and vulnerability captivated critics. This film established her as a rising star and an actress of remarkable poise for her age. Her portrayal balanced innocence with a quiet strength, qualities that became hallmarks of her screen persona. Throughout the late 1990s, Liv Tyler became one of Hollywood's most sought-after young actresses. She appeared in Inventing the Abbotts, 1997, opposite Joaquin Phoenix, a tender period drama that showcased her ability to convey emotional nuance. Her role in Armageddon, 1998, as Grace Stamper, the daughter of Bruce Willis's character and the love interest of Ben Affleck's, marked her first major blockbuster success. Despite mixed critical reviews, the film was a global phenomenon, and Tyler's performance was praised for grounding the spectacle in genuine human emotion. After the success of Armageddon, Tyler deliberately sought out more complex and independent roles. In Cookie's Fortune, 1999, directed by Robert Altman, she proved her talent for understated, character-driven storytelling. That same year, she co-starred with Ralph Fiennes in Onegin, based on Alexander Pushkin's classic tale, further solidifying her as a serious actress with a taste for literary and artistic projects. Her portrayal of Arwen Undomiel in the Lord of the Rings trilogy remains her most iconic role. As the elven princess who defies her immortal destiny for love, Tyler embodied grace, melancholy, and courage. Her quiet, dignified performance stood out amidst the film's epic scale, adding heart and tenderness to the saga's mythic grandeur. Her work on the trilogy introduced her to a new generation of fans and left a permanent mark on fantasy cinema. In the 2000s and 2010s, Liv continued to balance mainstream and independent work. She appeared in The Strangers, 2008, one of the decade's most acclaimed psychological horror films, and The Incredible Hulk, 2008, where she brought warmth and depth to the role of Betty Ross. Later, her performance in HBO's The Leftovers, 2014 to 2017, marked a significant turning point. As Meg Abbott, she portrayed a grieving woman who transforms into a cult leader, a role that allowed her to explore moral ambiguity and emotional intensity in a way she hadn't before. Critics praised her subtle and haunting performance. Beyond acting, Liv Tyler has cultivated a reputation as a style icon and humanitarian. Her fashion sense, elegant, natural, and timeless, has made her a favorite of designers like Givenchy and Stella McCartney. She has also served as a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador, advocating for children's health and education. Tyler often speaks about the importance of kindness, mindfulness, and family, values that reflect her gentle nature and introspective worldview. Her personal life has been rich but grounded. She has 3 children, Milo, Sailor, and Lula, and has spoken about the transformative power of motherhood. Despite being part of one of rock's most famous families, she has maintained a sense of humility and privacy, choosing to live much of her life away from Hollywood's noise. Liv Tyler's enduring appeal lies in her authenticity. She is both a child of rock and roll and a thoughtful artist, equally at home in fantasy epics and quiet human dramas. Her career reflects a consistent devotion to beauty, not just physical beauty, but emotional and spiritual beauty as well. Even after decades in the public eye, Liv Tyler remains an emblem of grace, intelligence, and timeless elegance. In the later stages of her career, Liv Tyler has continued to evolve gracefully, not just as an actress, but as a thoughtful artist, mother, and advocate for meaningful living. Her post-Lord of the Rings years have been marked by selectiveness, with Liv favoring roles that resonate emotionally over projects that merely offer fame or money. After the trilogy's success, Tyler deliberately stepped away from the blockbuster spotlight to focus on more intimate, character-driven work. In films like Lonesome Jim, 2005, directed by Steve Buscemi, she portrayed Anika, a single mother whose quiet resilience helps a struggling young man find meaning in his life. The film showcased Tyler's naturalistic acting style, soft-spoken, empathetic, and grounded, and reaffirmed her ability to make realism feel luminous. Her performance in Reign Over Me, 2007, alongside Adam Sandler and Don Cheadle, added another layer to her range. Playing a compassionate therapist helping a man overcome grief after 9/11, she brought tenderness and authenticity to a story about trauma and healing. That same year, she appeared in Smother, 2008, demonstrating her comfort in balancing both drama and humor. Tyler's role in The Strangers, 2008, marked a significant shift, a foray into psychological horror that became a cult classic. Her portrayal of Kristen McKay, a woman terrorized by masked intruders, was raw, vulnerable, and deeply human. The film's success underscored her ability to carry tension-driven stories without sacrificing emotional realism. It also proved that her power as an actress wasn't dependent on fantasy or romance. She could hold audiences captive through pure performance. In 2014, Liv Tyler reintroduced herself to a new generation with HBO's The Leftovers, created by Damon Lindelof. As Meg Abbott, she began as a grieving daughter and evolved into one of the show's most complex figures, a woman drawn to radicalism and spiritual extremity. Tyler brought chilling calm and moral ambiguity to the role, portraying Meg as both villain and victim. Critics hailed her performance as one of the show's strongest, calling it a career reawakening. The series also reignited her creative confidence and reaffirmed her reputation as an actress unafraid of philosophical and psychological material. Following The Leftovers, Liv joined the cast of Harlots, 2018-2019, a British period drama about rival brothel owners in 18th-century London. Playing Lady Isabella Fitzwilliam, a noblewoman trapped by social expectations, Tyler delivered a layered performance that explored female power, repression, and resilience. Her portrayal brought sophistication and empathy to a character navigating both privilege and suffering. She later starred in the procedural drama 911, Lone Star, 2020, as Michelle Blake, a paramedic captain haunted by her sister's disappearance. While her time on the series was brief due to the COVID-19 pandemic and her family priorities, critics praised her presence and emotional depth. Her decision to leave the show reflected her ongoing commitment to family first, a principle she has upheld throughout her career. Beyond the screen, Liv Tyler has devoted herself to motherhood, advocacy, and creativity. She has often spoken about how motherhood changed her perspective, grounding her and shifting her ambitions from fame toward meaning. She has described raising her children as her greatest joy, often emphasizing the importance of kindness, communication, and nurturing curiosity. As an ambassador for UNICEF, Tyler has traveled and campaigned for children's welfare, education, and environmental causes. Her quiet, genuine form of activism mirrors her personality, thoughtful, compassionate, and never performative. She's also collaborated on creative projects in fashion and lifestyle, including co-authoring a book, Modern Manners, Tools to Take You to the Top, 2009, which offers insights on confidence and etiquette in a modern world. Despite her famous last name and connections to rock royalty, Liv Tyler has carved her own artistic identity. Her beauty, often described as otherworldly, is matched by a soulful introspection that defines her as more than just a Hollywood star. She often speaks about the need for balance, simplicity, and authenticity in a world driven by speed and image. Liv's enduring legacy lies in her ability to embody grace and emotional intelligence in every role. Whether playing a mortal in love with an elf, a mother confronting loss, or a woman seeking freedom from societal constraints, she exudes quiet power. Her career reflects an artist who follows intuition rather than trends, one who values emotional truth above glamour. In recent years, Tyler has divided her time between London and New York, raising her children and occasionally appearing in select projects that speak to her values. Though she works less frequently now, each of her roles feels deliberate, meaningful, a reflection of her personal philosophy that life and art should both serve the soul. Liv Tyler remains one of cinema's most serene and enduring presences, a woman who has moved from the mystique of youth to the wisdom of maturity without ever losing her quiet magic. Liv Tyler's philosophy on life and fame reflects a rare kind of wisdom that comes from growing up in the public eye yet managing to stay grounded and authentic. She has often said that she never chased celebrity or the glittering chaos that surrounds it. Instead, she values depth, connection, and peace. Her approach to fame, quiet, thoughtful, and private, stands in contrast to the loudness of modern celebrity culture. Born into rock and roll royalty, Liv has always understood the magnetic pull of fame but also its fragility. In interviews, she's described fame as something she respects but doesn't serve. "It's not the goal," she once said. "The goal is to create something meaningful, to connect with people." That sentiment has guided her career choices, from independent dramas to poetic, philosophical television roles, and it's one reason she has remained relevant for decades without ever becoming overexposed. Her sense of beauty and style also mirrors her personality, elegant, natural, and timeless rather than trendy or performative. Liv's look, porcelain skin, dark hair, luminous blue eyes, evokes classic Hollywood grace, drawing comparisons to Vivien Leigh and Audrey Hepburn. Yet she has always preferred minimalism over glamour. She favors comfortable clothes, often describing herself as a bit of a tomboy, and has said that true beauty comes from how you treat people, how you love, how you take care of your soul. As a fashion muse, Liv Tyler has long been admired by designers and photographers for her natural aura and quiet strength. She became a face of Givenchy in the 2000s and maintained a long partnership with the brand, embodying the idea of sophisticated femininity without artifice. Her collaborations extended to Gap, Stella McCartney, and Belstaff, where she also contributed creatively to a women's fashion line. In the fashion world, she is seen not just as a model, but as a symbol of authenticity, someone who embodies beauty as a reflection of kindness and confidence rather than surface perfection. Liv's reflections on aging and womanhood are especially resonant. She has spoken about how Hollywood tends to define women by youth and appearance, but she embraces maturity as a source of strength. "I feel more powerful now than I did at 25, she has said, emphasizing that growing older allows her to know herself more deeply and to love others more completely. This sense of self-acceptance has made her a role model for many women navigating the pressures of image and identity. Family continues to be the center of her world. Liv has 3 children, Milo William Langdon, born 2004, from her marriage to musician Royston Langdon, and sailor Jean Gardner, born 2015, and Lula Rose Gardner, born 2016, with her partner, sports agent and entertainment executive Dave Gardner. Her family life, often spent between London and New York, is intentionally private. She describes motherhood as both humbling and empowering, a daily lesson in patience, love, and letting go. Liv has also spoken movingly about her father, Steven Tyler, and their evolving bond. Though she didn't grow up with him, their relationship deepened over time into one of genuine affection and admiration. Liv has described her father as beautifully childlike, wild, and full of love, while acknowledging that his rock star world is vastly different from her quieter path. Their connection remains a testament to healing, understanding, and the power of chosen family. Spiritually, Liv Tyler exudes a calm that seems rooted in mindfulness and gratitude. She has often mentioned her love of nature, gardening, and time spent outdoors as essential to her peace of mind. "I like to be surrounded by trees," she once said. "They remind me that everything grows in its own time." This philosophy extends to her career and personal life. She doesn't rush, doesn't force, and allows her journey to unfold naturally. Her influence and legacy extend beyond her body of work. Liv Tyler represents an ideal of authenticity in an era defined by performance. She has inspired countless young actors and artists to pursue meaning over fame, and to treat art as a way of understanding life rather than escaping it. Her portrayal of Arwen in The Lord of the Rings remains one of the defining female roles in modern fantasy cinema, not because of grand spectacle, but because of the quiet humanity she brought to a world of myth. Critics and fans alike admire her ability to project serenity and strength simultaneously. Whether as a modern woman confronting heartbreak or an immortal elf choosing love over eternity, Liv Tyler brings the same qualities: warmth, intelligence, and an almost spiritual depth. She reminds audiences that gentleness and power can coexist, that strength doesn't have to be loud to be profound. In the broader cultural landscape, Liv Tyler has become something of a symbol of balance between art and life, beauty and substance, fame and authenticity. She remains a fixture of respect in Hollywood precisely because she never conformed to its superficial demands. As she continues to age gracefully, Liv Tyler's story feels like a quiet triumph, that of a woman who has lived in harmony with herself, never losing sight of her values amid the noise of celebrity. Her career stands as proof that dignity and emotional truth can endure far longer than trends. Liv Tyler's legacy in popular culture is defined by a combination of grace, intelligence, and quiet endurance, qualities that have made her one of the most respected and admired figures of her generation. Unlike many of her contemporaries who sought to dominate headlines or reinvent themselves through controversy, Liv's power has always been rooted in consistency and authenticity. She has cultivated an image of sincerity and emotional depth that transcends trends and time, allowing her to maintain an enduring connection with audiences across decades. Her presence in the film industry is often described as luminescent, a word that captures both her visual beauty and the emotional warmth she brings to her roles. Directors and co-stars frequently remark on her ability to listen deeply, to convey entire worlds of feeling through stillness and expression rather than words. In an era of fast-paced storytelling and digital spectacle, Liv Tyler represents an older, more poetic kind of acting, one grounded in human sensitivity and naturalism. The defining moment of her cultural legacy remains her portrayal of Arwen Undomiel in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. For millions of fans around the world, Liv became the face of ethereal beauty, courage, and sacrifice. Arwen's love story with Aragorn, Viggo Mortensen, remains one of the most touching in modern cinema, and much of that impact stems from Tyler's performance. She gave Arwen both delicacy and dignity, transforming what could have been a background role into a timeless symbol of faith, femininity, and devotion. Even 2 decades later, Arwen's image, luminous, mournful, steadfast, continues to inspire art, cosplay, and fantasy literature. Film scholars have also noted how Tyler's Arwen redefined the role of the fantasy.
Bye bye. Thanks for watching. Bye.